very good. It does not surprise me that we are seeing this as a combo. Terrorblade is, if he picks up a Dragonlance and gets what's that one? The Telescope. Oh boy, he's going to be hitting globally.
It also is really nice having that Vengeful Spirit just for that save, too. Obviously, level 1 is pretty terrible with the swap, although you do have the charges, but it also provides another way in case, they manage to get that silence off, or they manage to chain stun him, right? Because we've seen a lot of that with the Grimstroke combinations with, whether it's the Rubik, the Pangolier, even the Dragonite, too. If he gets himself a Blink Dagger, decides to jump in, you do have that save. And then you've got that negative armor coming off with the Vengeful Spirit having that the Wave of Terror combined with the Bristleback too. So
yep, and TB,
it's a
that's really nice.
nice,
Good
yeah, it's a
combo.
really nice setup. And then you also have just a really solid stun. I feel like Venge is really boring to play, honestly. Like, I have a very good run rate actually with
She's
her, but she's
insanely boring.
just so
She's so
boring to
boring.
play. But in this
Yeah.
case, we've talked about Pi too. Pi being the sacrificial player.
It's a perfect hero for him.
It is. It really is actually. It'll be okay for him to die for his team.
Yep. Bristle, I love the Bristle pick. Once again, going back to the play style of these individual players, Snaking typically plays carry from the off lane. That's how he's always played. Some metas that's good, some metas that's not particularly good. If you're on a certain team, that might not be good as well. But when you have somebody like Envy who plays like a maniac from the mid lane, it does make a lot of sense to have somebody in the off lane that's going to be taking a lot of space. And Bristleback is a hero that can fulfill that role. He's picked up as a carry a lot. So this is essentially 2 carries plus Envy as the offlaner, and the carries are just playing in the side lanes. The offlaner is playing in the mid lane. So it's cool to see a different team dynamic like this, and that they're pivoting on it. I really like that they're pivoting on this.
I'm still trying to figure out if that's going to be Skeeter playing the Dragon Knight or not here, because he had, like I said in the past, the ESLLA, he definitely played it as the safe laner.
It would be good against Bristle too. You've the armor, and you're really not going to die too easily to a Bristleback, but you can definitely get kited. I don't think Bristle will. Bristle will definitely
No,
farm.
could always get a Silver's Edge on him too, which would be really good against the
Yeah,
Bristleback.
right, definitely.
Your favorite item.
That's a good item. That's a good one. What is wrong with Valve developers? You guys are sick. You guys are sick.
So what is it? It's got, the Spirit Vessel charge, so to speak, when you use it.
Damage, the cooldown was reduced, so you're permanently invis. Break.
The break mechanic. Oof, yeah.
Skywrath Mage.
Skywrath Mage.
This is a nice wand game. This is a really nice wand game.
Yeah,
if you're
quills,
crazy.
spam.
Yeah.
Everything.
I think DK safe lane makes a lot of sense versus these heroes. I mean, you're not going to pressure them at all, but it does make a lot of sense.
Very survivable.
Are there any cancer heroes that you could pick mid? You could Huskar if you're crazy. Let's see.
The team name fits so perfectly into that too.
We need a Brile hero though, so we need a Brile hero that's good against Void Spirit. Ember Spirit? I mean, they could also DK mid still, but we'll see.
I think that's gonna be Skeeter. I really do feel like
I do feel that too, but we'll see. Maybe they just run the DK mid, because DK mid versus Void Spirit does nothing to a DK. I mean, very few heroes do anything to a DK, but it seems like a really dank Ember game. You have very little disable, just the Skywrath Mage. You clear through the Terrorblade illusions. You destroy Void Spirit because Void's good against physical damage, and Ember Spirit is magic damage.
What about a TA?
Bristleback, you can kite him. Good TA game too. Definitely good TA game.
Yeah, they don't really have anything to burn down the refraction. They don't, it's...
It is just my only problem with that though is it's more physical damage. Okay, so they go with a Morphling. I see. So they definitely did need some more magic damage. It is Skitter on the Dragonite, so this is going to be a mid Morphling, it seems. Brile Morphling, that's one of his signature heroes. Very good against Terrorblade. Used to be classically considered a counter to Terrorblade because you would just steal him and have more damage, because Morphling can just morph to agility. Terrorblade unfortunately can't. And of course, Void Spirit's not going to... Okay, actually, it's a Snaking Void Spirit. It's a mid Bristle. Huh.
Do they think... Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay. I don't think that Morphling cares about a Bristleback, really.
Yeah, I don't... We saw this... No. Which team ran this the other day? Where they put the Bristleback mid. Oh, it was Furia, right?
It was Furia, yeah.
They had Murdoch playing the Bristleback mid. It did not work out for them either.
No, no. See, the one issue with Bristle mid is that the hero really likes to chase people. And in the mid, there's no distance that you
Yeah.
can chase before you're in the tower. So, yes, you can zone people from the wave for a bit, but this is a Morphling with 20 armor, and then he can just run into the tower or waveform into the tower and be perfectly fine. So, I am a little interested in. I mean, the thing is, though, I think a Morphling would probably dumpster avoid Spirit mid, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like that's a Morphling favored matchup.
Okay.
You just can't ever burst the Morph with Void Spirit. So the Bristle will definitely get more out of the mid lane, and I don't think if you're playing against a safe lane DK, you can basically run anything into the off lane and you don't care. So this maybe is just more of like, we want to win lanes setup for Cloud9.
Well, we're gonna find out very shortly as we get into game number 1 here. It's a kind of an interesting draft coming out. In terms of looking at the draft, Jenkins, which one do you like better? Which one do you feel is easier to execute?
I would say probably the C9 draft is easier to execute. I think they have. I think the Skywrath Mage has a pretty free game. Destroys Pango, destroys Morphling. A lot will definitely be on the Sky. I think TB can just kind of farm and hit creeps. Crazy's got this timing window with the DK where they want to like push and take some towers, and then Morphling also, like, that hero's pretty easy to make misplays on. I mean, it's Bryle, right? So this guy's a Morphling specialist, but still, even people who are Morphling specialists, if they're not feeling it, they get caught by one silence, they have 400 HP, all of a sudden they're feeding to avoid Spirit into a Skywrath. So I would say that Crazy's lineup is a little bit harder to execute, just given their heroes.
I think it's funny they both chose to put their wards on the same exact spot over here to keep an eye out for possible rotations and whatnot.
I didn't catch who saw, but somebody saw that ward being placed. It looks like Moon Meander is the one that saw that.
Yep.
Because he's about
Making
to go
his way over here right now. Easy 100 gold. Feels
that's
good.
a quarter of a level right there. Nice. And he's sending out another sentry ward immediately.
It's like Casey was going to get bullied away here. And they'll be able to secure the bounty rune over here for C9. But, oh, they actually ended up getting 3 of the runes. Nice.
Look at this next level build on Kezu. He's got Shared Tango, Quelling Blade, Headdress.
I love this guy. I had so much fun casting with him when I was at Dream League. It was unfortunate because like we were both disgustingly sick. Like we had like all the tissues and like water and tea and everything. And I think I only managed to do like 1 game with him. But like I was sitting back with oh wow, all right, immediately putting that aggression out. It's gonna have to swashbuckle away.
Bryle? Mid?
He's sitting very low. Yeah, you can see Misery.
I do like this. I like this from C9 because there's not much that they can do to snaking bot. It's a DK lane. And Morphling is a hero that you need to pressure between levels 1 to 3. It's a garbage hero between 1 to 3. So if you're not pressuring him, then it's like, you know, what are you doing? This is
not seem happy about this at all.
This is really good. I love this play from C9. This is super smart.
They do force the TP out though from Aoi, so they're just going to leave the DK bottom, let him do his thing. He's pretty difficult to take down anyways. But they force the TP, and already you can see the Misery's just leaving. He's like, all right, I'm happy with that. Gonna make his rotation. I'll let them waste some time over here.
They are really abusing this safe lane DK by just having Misery rotate. This is super nice.
And that's a kill on Moon Meander.
Yeah, Misery just comes in from behind. He doesn't. Moon Meander doesn't expect this the Skywrath Mage to be there. All of a sudden, it's too much damage. And the worst part about it, he tried to TP out. So he has no TP. He has to walk back to lane with a Basilius. He has no boots. He is not happy right now. And neither is Kezu. Watching.
Neither is Bryle either. Like, look at this. It just, you know, it's funny because if you look at some of the stats going through games and they try to tell you, know, which lane is someone, and they'll say, you know, especially with the way that Misery's playing, it's like a jungler, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Jungle doesn't exist anymore, but that's just how
really
annoying he is. He's not staying in a lane. He's just rotating, making things happen, putting the pressure on. It's great. It's honestly really well done by him.
It's very smart. It's very smart. Super abusive of this DK safe lane because he knows he does not need to be bought for that lane to go fine. So he can just pressure the other lanes. And Moon Meander has the response of putting this ward in the jungle.
That was so close on Bryle.
He's level 3 now, so it's a little bit easier for him to play. with the attribute shift. It goes from 1 shift rate to 4. It quadruples. It's such a garbage ability at level 1, but it gets so goddamn impossible to kill Morphling as he levels.
Is Kazu also an NA right now?
I don't think so. I've not seen him queuing clubs.
Okay, because I saw like it was kind of a weird interaction. I think he swashbuckled a little bit too early because I think he was trying to move further away from Pai's magic missile.
Yeah, that's
I
not.
was just wondering if that was
Not a particularly easy hero to play on
Super
Ping.
Ping, yeah. That's why I was wondering.
So now Misery's just chilling in the bot lane. Once again, going back to the Morphling. Once this hero's level 3, all of a sudden becomes much harder to pressure him. So you just play elsewhere. Envy is a player we've talked about, very good at getting his team to abuse these certain timings. He's such an absolute player, you know. He'll tell you, we have to do this sort of thing. Okay, Morph is level 4. Leave my lane, never come back, you know, that sort of thing.
Got it. Oh, he's a man who knows what he wants, I guess.
Yep. He's owning. It's worked. It's 100% working.
Oh yeah, because Brawl can't go anywhere near this creep wave before when he was just getting spammed by that Skywrath mage. He's even got himself, you know, a full stick because he knows like the harassment is just.
Misery's just trying to snipe couriers. He's being so annoying because he does not need to be in this lane. There's no kill threat here on this void. Snaking's holding the point, so he can go for dissimulate if he wants. And he knows that he can just dissimulate the Inkswell. Before Grimstork hits Phantom Embrace, he can just very easily skill that up, and he's good.
Looks like they're going to try to make some plays here. They did skill the dissimulate, like we talked about. Is he going to be able to get away, though, is the question. Yeah, he'll turn back around. Slow down here, being thrown out by Misery.
That's why you hold the point.
Yeah, paid off for sure.
Easy game.
What's Envy doing? He's just taking the creep wave and he wants to get this rune.
Right. Okay, so he's just doubling up the wave while he grabs the rune. Aggressive rune. Really nice. And he's going to go behind the tower now and maybe even pull it to a camp.
This is good too. He opted to go for the bottle instead of the soul ring that we saw.
I like that. I like that a lot. You're playing mid lane, you know, go for the bottle.
Yeah, you might as well, and then you don't sit too low also in the mid lane.
No, the vision!
This feels like a slugfest down here in the bottom lane with nothing actually happening.
Right, that's what I would call a snooze fest.
Yeah.
DK lanes. What is wrong with DK players? Aha, I'm unkillable. Wow.
They do whatever they've got to do to win, Jenkins. That's the name of the game.
This is my favorite video game. I enjoy when I don't die in my video game. I also sit in Minecraft and just hide in my house and do nothing. Who would do that?
I used to get so tired of seeing Snake King just constantly playing Necrophos. Like, there was a patch where all he did, I think it was when he was playing on Complexity, where all he did is just play Necrophos. I was like, this hero is so boring. Like, he can't die, but he doesn't really do much of anything. He just kind of shows up later on and he's like, oh, somebody's low? Okay, scythe, easy.
That's a great hero for if you want your team to do the work for you. You just scythe people and get a bunch of kills. Like Axe, you get all these kills with Dunk. You just feel so cool even though you didn't do anything.
I'm just so glad that time is over. We're not just seeing that. So, yeah, look at Envy. We talked about this. He's just, you know, got an arcane rune. He's gonna farm up this. I think that was a little bit of a stack here. He's just letting
he's giving the mid lane.
Over the mid.
Oh my god, what did I say about him yesterday? He leaves the mid lane at 5 minutes and he doesn't go back. He's just giving Misery mid.
Yep.
Dude.
And it's working.
What a psycho. It works. It's crazy. It's innovative. But if you're in a game against this, it's like, dude.
You're wondering what the hell is happening.
What is happening?
Right.
You're supposed to be a mid laner. Oh, he's going to gank. All right, Envy is mode support now. He is running top.
Look at those stacks of Warpath up. When Meander, oh, clips him. Cast a TP out. He's just going to go back to mid lane.
See, that's the thing, is he's playing against his ex-teammates. So they're just like, here he comes, guys. Here he comes. I'm going to stand here. I'm going to cliff him. All right, he's gone. Envy problem solved. Good lord.
No, it's very entertaining at the very least.
Oh, he's going back! He's going back! He's just walking back top! Dude!
Well, they're gonna try to fight. They've already started to make some moves. Moon Meander, though, is gonna get slowed down. They get a kill on Keizu's courier. Moon Meander should be dead here, but they'll turn back around. Ace, he's sitting at level 5. He doesn't have that Sunder. They're trying to make something happen. Keizu, oh, but in comes Envy. They didn't count for Envy running his way up to that top lane yet again after getting clipped. Owie now, he's trying to juke through the trees, trying to break some ankles. This is very, very dead Owie. And Ace here surviving on 30-something hit points. Good lord.
My god, who expects that? It's like the guy that gets clipped just walks back almost immediately.
Pretty much.
Bryle just hitting creeps. He's like, guys, I don't know what's going on, but I'm farming.
Envy Dota.
Ooh, gets a broom handle.
That's pretty nice. Bottom lane, Skeeter just playing Dragon Knight, doing
very
nothing.
Interesting stuff. Very
Nothing
interesting
exciting.
stuff going on.
Very. Yes. Give me a play-by-play.
Would you believe that they're both nuking the creep wave? I know.
Very exciting.
Yes.
Next level plays down here.
Yep, yep.
But hey, you know, it's good though. You want this to be your boring, you know, stable hero. You don't want to see him, you know, running around like crazy, leaving his lane and ganking top. You know, you want him to just chill, be very survivable. Just you're very
You bet Snake King's just stoked about this. He's so happy.
Oh yeah, he's getting all the space in the world. Nobody's bothering him either.
And it looks like he's moving into cutting position. He's maybe going to grab the wave and try to grab the outpost as well. Okay,
Yeah,
so
he's
just going for the outpost.
We're getting close to that 10-minute mark.
Yeah, I guess if DK comes over and... Oh, he can snipe the courier.
Oh, that's pretty nice.
Easy courier. It's so easy to get it with this hero. Because even if you don't kill it with the Astral Step, somehow, for some reason, the damage from Astral Step goes on the courier too, the Void Mark damage, because it's spell immunity piercing.
It's just so ridiculous too, like the fact that, oh, owie. It's just gonna have to TP out, no problem, they don't have anything to cancel it.
Yeah, Kezu...
We are getting close to that 10-minute mark though. Pi already racing over there, throws out the magic missile, will slow down Kezu, be able to secure that bounty rune, although there is the other bounty rune over here, but it looks like Envy will be able to grab it up.
He's gonna take both, probably. Oh, just kidding.
Ryle gets a nice arcane rune.
At this point, Bryle's just taken over the enemy jungle because his jungle is getting farmed by Envy, so...
TPs are coming out. This is going to be our first Rolling Thunder here on the top lane. Ace is going to get hit several times over. They'll follow up and try to get off. No, but the Thunder coming out onto Skeeter. It's not going to be enough, though. They'll still be able to take down Ace. Over on the side now, Pi. He's trying to find this kill over here onto Skeeter. Skeeter jumping into the tree line, though. He's still very, very tanky. Pi should get taken down on this, as now Envy is forced to just retreat.
Big rotation. Bryle mid, though. Bryle is beating away at the tower. That's really good for Crazy.
He knows he's got this opening. Everybody went top for the most part.
Yeah, he has a pretty free game.
He doesn't look too concerned about this.
He's got huge balls. He's playing against a Sky. He was agi-morphing there. That is a morphling player if I've ever seen one.
And like you said, this is one of the heroes he really enjoys playing.
Yeah, he knows his limits.
Keizu hiding out in the tree line. Looks like they're going to try to put some pressure down here on the tower. They've rotated Ace, so maybe a little bit of a trade. Going out tier 1 for tier 1.
But Crazy gets the mid tier 1, which is definitely the most important from the tier 1s that we've seen.
Well, he finds himself a nice stack too, over here on the side. Bryle's very, very happy with this. And there's both the tier 1s going down. Is Keizu think about making some plays here? Does have the Rolling Thunder. He needs some more backup though, I think. Snaking on the low ground. See that steal coming out.
Very, very hard hero to catch.
Well, he's basically like an Ember Spirit, right? We've talked about this when we saw Shaggy and NA playing this hero. He's an amazing Ember Spirit player, and Void Spirit is basically the same thing, so.
Which is cool. I don't mind another Ember. Ember's a cool hero.
It's just packaged a little bit differently, right?
It is, it is. It does all the same stuff, though.
Envy. Stacks.
Yeah,
Man,
Ace
if you're
is loving
Morphling,
life.
you would love to run into these.
You would like to.
have
Hard
no
place to
idea.
run though. Hard place
Right.
to get into. DK takes up the top lane. I mean, if they go up there and try to kill him, he's actually just gonna die. But they know it's gonna take so much that they don't even bother.
Well, where do you think that C9 wants to start playing then?
Well, definitely near the Ancients. They definitely want to protect the stack
yes.
for Ace.
That's what they're doing right now.
I think they definitely want to start moving into bot 2 to take those Ancients, but we've seen this time and time again. When you do that, it does mean that Roshan opens up for the other team.
We don't really have the greatest Roshan lineup right now, though.
Morphling's okay. It's like Morphling, Pango with the lucky shot. It's okay. It's definitely okay.
I still feel like it's a bit slow, though.
It's slow, but if you're on the enemy side of the map,
True.
it would definitely take an opportunity though. You need to have the opportunity because you can't just force it. They're chilling. Are they smoking? This looks like a smoke position.
Yeah, they're all grouping up. They do have
And
a smoke
they
on
are, okay.
on Pi, so I think they're gonna try to make some plays, perhaps on the DK top. They know he's there. He's been sitting there for quite a while.
Yeah, you know he's alone. It's just
Or
this is what you do with your tanky frontliner. You just sit
Not?
them in this lane.
Envy,
They can
where you going?
I think the morph is a really important kill too though, because
Ooh, Arcane Ring.
that they have Atos, they have Ancient Seal level 2. I feel like if you're C9 and you kill Morphling, your game is just so easy. If you don't kill Morphling, then there's this potential for snowball on the Morphling. He gets to the point where he's never killable. Because he's almost got his Manta. Before he gets his Manta, he just dies to Skywrath. Solo. Like, legitimately solo. So I think that's who you would like to go for. I think they need to send another smoke and go for that. Especially because they have the Spirit Vessel too on Void now.
Yeah, I love the way that they're playing this. Wow, Misery already has a completed Rod of Atos.
Yeah, he's a big boy. I think he'll
He is
probably go
very
for Ancient Seal next point as well, just to kill the Morphling.
I love the positioning, though, that you're seeing coming out of C9. They're trying to make sure that they're not showing in lane. They were grouped really tight over here in this cluster of trees as well, so they could hopefully, you know, get the jump on anyone coming here for the 15-minute rune.
And all of these heroes on Crazy are susceptible to a Sky Gank. Even Kezu. Like, Kezu... Yeah, they haven't shown the Atos yet, so Kezu's playing so manly. And he could actually die, so once that Atos gets revealed, I think he'll play a lot safer than what we're seeing. I think they all will. So that's why they're playing so defensive up here, is because they don't want to reveal that they have this ridiculous kill threat at the moment. They want to kill somebody with it. They draw the arrow, they want to run at bot. It's like maybe smoke?
They don't have any smoke, though.
They do not.
Courier's coming out. So maybe just getting into position to take the top tower and hoping that they're going to try to defend. But it looks like they're probably just going to trade for the most part. Got two of those heroes in the bottom lane.
Look at Bryle. Bryle is baiting Kezu. That is not something you see every day. It's a Morphling sitting in trees, baiting
Yeah, I was wondering
offlaner.
about that. Alright, Skeeter. They drop the sentry. They know he's got the Shadow Blade completed. Now we nearby. Just clean up that creep wave for the most part. Just the card he left.
There's no way a Bristle plays this far up without people behind him. You know that it's
I
just
mean, it's
not.
Envy.
It is. It's
Envy. You never know what's going on in this
It's
man's
hard
mind.
with him. It's hard with him for sure, but
Is he baiting or is he just crazy?
either he's baiting or his team is somewhere else setting up a gang. So they're just so scared when he's playing like this. It's funny to have this effect in a game. He's a character.
He is indeed.
Oh, Grove Bow for the Terrorblade. That's a really nice pickup. Although,
Bottom lane?
bot lane.
Silence being thrown out here is going to reveal that Atos, followed up with the Mystic Flare, and that's a dead Keizu. We talked about this,
Yeah.
and like we said, he's going to be playing a lot more scared, I think.
He does almost have his Greaves, though. That's the nice thing here, is that he almost has his Greaves, and then that can't happen again. And that's just a result of the time that C9 wasted baiting Envy top. I think they were looking to go for the Morphling of the DK, some more of like a golden goose kill, rather than... You don't really care. It's an offlaner. I know the offlaners out there might get offended by this, but nobody really cares if you die. But a carry, a mid-morph, ooh, that's juicy. You know, that's the kill you want. But Bryle's playing so defensive, and now he has his Manta, so he is very hard to kill.
He's ready to go. Yeah, in fact, look at him. He's already in the Roach Pit now. Get joined up here with Skeeter.
Oh,
This
there's
is
the
going
combo.
down a bit faster than I thought they would now. Now he's got a couple of the items. It's also got that Morbid Mask here, so they should be able to take this very easily.
Do you remember when Lucky Shot reduced the armor to 0?
Yep.
That's nuts. That's nuts. That's not okay.
Do you think people like at Valve when they're designing these new heroes are like, hey, why don't we try doing this? I don't know, that seems a little imba. Yeah, but that's the first week. Let's just have fun with it.
Probably. I think there's enough heroes in the game that at this point they're just like, ah, whatever, we'll throw this in.
I'll try it.
Because
It's hard. Pi? Yeah, they found Pi. Poor Pi. He's always the one that gets found. They need to stun. Do they have it? They do. They have it just in time, and that is a dead Vengeful Spirit. But over here on the back lines, looks like Snaking is fighting here with Owie. Has finished up that Spirit Vessel. He's going to have to run away.
He tried to kill Owie with the illusion. I swear to God, Venge players get off when the illusion comes out. They're like, now I get to play Dota, finally. Like they don't. Venge players are the worst. The worst than Lion players. They just love being dead.
I don't think that's true, but top lane here. Oh man.
Greaves still, no Greaves. He's got to play real safe without those Greaves. There's this window that C9 is abusing, and Kezu's playing a little too aggressive. Because his team was smoked behind him. That's why. He was playing a little up. But when you die like that, it ruins your team's smoke. That's the problem. It looks like Crazy's still going to go for it, though, despite the death.
They're chasing after Bryle here. I think something is up with my hockey. I gotta fix something after this, but they should be able to get the silence off. He's got the Manta, though. Be able to walk away and be popping the double damage, just chasing after Bryle. He's gonna have to waveform away, and they just don't have the catch right now. They have the Atos, though. They'll be able to hold Bryle into place, but they'll follow up. He turns himself into his own bristleback. He should be able to get away from all of this, so.
Yeah, he has the Aegis, so he is cool playing super aggressive like this. He knows he can disjoint almost anything with his Manta at this point. They need to do some sort of Atos into Vessel to force the Manta, then silence after the Manta, or vice versa in order to kill him now, which is a lot harder to execute than just Atosing him and silencing him.
And I messed with my vision here, and now I can't figure out which hotkey to turn it back for everyone. Turn off Fog of War. I tried F2, but I'm not sure if my keys are set up properly. But anyways, they find a kill on Pi yet again.
Can you? I didn't know you could do that in spectator mode even.
Yeah, you can. So F1 is, it must be set to something else on, oh man.
GG?
I think I broke the game. All right, take over, Jenkins. Talk about some stuff while I try to figure out what the heck happened.
Well,
yeah,
Costco
F1
sells
is set up for
really
on this.
good pies. If you guys like chicken pot pie.
Are you just hawking
it's a
pot
little...
pies now?
Oh, wait. Oh, you mean talk about the game?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
well,
it
looks
like...
like...
I fixed it. Thank God. All right, you don't have to listen to Jenkins hawking.
Okay.
Hawking pot pies.
Would recommend Costco pot pies.
I was gonna say, talk about the game, Jenkins.
Okay. I gotta specify next time. Pretty stupid.
My bad, my bad. Alright, anyways, Ace is down here bottom lane. He is farming his brains out. 11k net worth currently, but he's very close behind by Bryle. And again, we talked about this. If Bryle can turn himself into Terrorblade, he becomes the better Terrorblade because of the fact that he can shift all of that agi. So you have to feel a little bit afraid if you're Cloud9.
Definitely, definitely. You have solutions. You have silence from Skywrath. They are smoking. They are dodging the Morphling, though. They are going for the back line.
Going for
the DK.
Dragon Knight. They have the dust. They should be able to pull him forward. Yeah, he'll go. He'll pop the Dragon form. They've got that Spirit Vessel. Looks like they'll be able to take down Skeeter. They'll follow up with the bind here. But they don't have anything else. Bryle's Courier, he's taken down. I think he just delivered something to himself, though? No?
I'm not sure what he was. I think maybe he was delivering the Aquila.
That could have been it.
Something like that. Neutral items make the game really weird. But probably the more important... I mean, the Dragon Knight kill's definitely pretty important, but that smoke wraparound gets the mid tower, because when you smoke wraparound like that, the enemy team, they can't just keep sitting in the trees around mid. They have to leave. It's too dangerous. That's no longer a safe space. So that gets them the mid tower, which opens up this map a little bit more. That mid tower is a problem for them. And the top tower, too. They're sieging the top tower right now with the rest of this metamorphosis.
They go and they pop the the fortification just by a little bit more time, but they're gonna try to go for a wraparound play? That's what it seems to be.
That's the line that they're drawing. They want to go around. They want
Although
to catch the sky.
Bryle and Skeeter are going a little bit... They're separating.
That Brow wanted to stop by and get his Eagle Song.
Oh, Moon finds the opening here. Of course, it's Pi again, but there is a Yule's online, so they'll be able to take down Pi very quickly. As now they're going back in. They want to fight with Ace. They get the buyback coming out from the Vengeful Spirit. Moon Meander is going to get taken down. As now the Rolling Thunder's coming out from Keizu. He's going and he's got that net over here. He's just jumping away over here to Envy, but it's really tanky. As on the back lines, Ace struggling to catch up with the rest of the team. So they got the buyback out of Pi. They end up losing the Rubik. But I think you're not too upset about this. Envy just walks right into 4 of these heroes. Again, he is very tanky. That lucky shot coming through. Nice swap coming out again, but Pi dying back, man.
That's the buyback value right there.
Story of Pi's life. As
But
Bryle
Moxxi
becomes his own Terrorblade here.
He has the illusion, so it doesn't matter if he bought back and died because he stays alive. I'm just kidding. The illusion's dead.
Shut up, Jenkins.
You get what I'm saying.
I do get what you're saying.
Look at the little Terrorblade. Isn't he cute?
Yeah.
It's cute until he just destroys your face.
Yeah, I was about to say, you know. I like when Rubik, what is it, gets like the Burlings and stuff like that, and their little tiny versions, or what is it? Also the
He gets some tiny little meta,
when he takes the Dragon Knight ultimate, that's it. He turns into
he's
a tiny
a little dragon. Yeah,
that is
he's
adorable.
Like a little Wildling. Yeah, it's cute.
Look at Mr. Misery over here. Yeah, I don't think he can get the kill on Moon Meander anymore because he does have the Yules, right?
Yeah, it's hard.
It's gonna be too difficult. So maybe Moon can get something. He can steal something nice from Misery, but doesn't look like he wants to commit on anything. The rest of the team is making their way down though.
Misery does look like he's rushing a sheep. I can't see anything in his quick buy right now, but he's got the ultimate orb. I don't imagine that would be anything other than a sheep stick on this hero. So he is going to be a big threat for these cores of crazy.
I think
running into the Dragon Knight.
Yeah. They dust, but they don't manage to find him. They'll drop down the Sentry Ward. The go in. Soulbind coming out. Pi, again, just gets absolutely obliterated here. Fight split up a little bit, though, as Keizu having to run away. He's there with Owie. Inkswell will manage to get him out. Bryle's already shifted himself into the Terrorblade form. He's got the E-Blade now. Feels like they don't want to go in, though. We'll send the Dragon Knight. They'll take down the Sentry Ward.
That's meta down for C9.
Yeah, I feel like they want to do something now, right?
You would think so, yes.
How do you catch snaking, though? Look at this guy, just running away, snapping up some of these runes.
He's being really safe, too. He's got BKB coming up, so I imagine he'll probably go for an Aghanim Scepter after the BKB. That'll be very annoying. These heroes on Crazy are super susceptible to silences. And yeah, they have ways of taking them off, but you have 2 charges, so.
There's also just more lockdown, like scheduled, basically coming out.
Yep.
Right. He's got the sheep stick possibly coming through eventually. Lots of lockdown.
He's got the Philosopher's Stone too, so he's gonna definitely have the gold for it on Skywrath.
As if he needed the help, like.
Yeah.
He's already doing so well with the Skywrath Mage. All right. Looks like they'll turn their attention down here to this bottom tier 2. They'll pop the Dragon form. Halberd is completed now on Dragon Knight 2. So we'll have a little bit more control in these fights. But the big thing is, of course, going to be that Silver's Edge eventually coming out for Skeeter.
Dude, Crazy got some good tier 3 items. They got Telescope and Quickening Charm. They have Telescope on a Rubik with a Morphling. And then they have Quickening Charm on Pangolier.
Skeeter spots out Ace. Just wondering which one. Nose follows up with the Dragon Tail. The Atos holding him in place. Oh, nice swap coming out here from Pi, but Ace is still going to get taken down here as Bryle joins into the fight. Still going. They'll take down Ace. They take down Pi. They're going now after NBF taking down Misery. Look at these bounces. Jules comes out. Bryle, he's just doing his best impersonation of Ace as they just keep stunning him. And again, he's very, very tanky, but he's not tanky enough as they find the Keizu. Go, go. He wants this.
Keizu did something interesting before that fight. I saw that he dropped the Quickening Charm for the Clumsy Net, and then he picked it up halfway through the fight and sent it on the courier. I'm wondering if he is using the quickening charm when he has cooldowns and then switching the clumsy net for fights or something like that. Like using the quickening charm for rolling
Knowing
thunder.
KZU, he very, very likely could be doing that.
That's pretty cool. Although he does not have the charm anymore. Let's see, who has the quickening charm? Somebody's got to pick that up. That's a good item.
Maybe they just haven't realized it just yet, but that is the Aegis of the Immortal getting picked up on Brile. He is already just absolutely terrifying. 6-0 on 1 currently. He's had free run of this game. Very little pressure placed on him, it seems.
C9 needs to get their 2 tier 3 items. It's such a huge advantage to have all of your items. Oh, they got repair kit. That's a nice one.
And the Craggy coat.
And Craggy. Decent. Not great
not the
heroes
best,
to put it
but...
on. Yeah, it's not the best. I think that enchanted quiver is garbage too. I think that's like the worst neutral item. I think it's bad. It's good if you have like an enchantress or something. Or TA.
Well, that was the meta for quite a while.
It was.
I was very disappointed when they nerfed that.
But that compared with something like a telescope is nuts. Yeah. It is so good. Scan cooldown reduction as well on top of the aura cast range and attack range. That's a Venge aura. Plus an Ether Lens aura. What the hell?
Take a look at what Dragon Knight has completed now.
Yeah, he's got the Silver Edge.
He's got the Silver Edge, and they're ready. They're hunting.
And
Got
with
a
the
halberd,
Arcane
they got
Rune...
the Aegis. Everything is turning up crazy right now.
So Envy can die now. Envy can definitely die with that Silver Edge.
Oh, the Lincoln's completed too. How do you kill Brile? How do you do it?
Misery needs a sheep. He can Atos into sheep. Something like that.
Gosh, they're not finding anyone right now. They have to know, right? They have to know that they smoked up as the outpost is getting reclaimed. And DK's so tanky. KZU does have to be a little careful. There is the Skywrath and the Void Spirit down here. In fact, yep, they're gonna go forward immediately, pulling him into the Mystic Flare, and KZU is just toast. Rip.
That was cool. That was nice that they stayed in trees. They didn't leave. I could see people getting really scared there with the smoke coming down, and they actually saw them in vision, like you said, on the outpost. But they stayed and they get the kill. Very good.
The way
play.
that they pulled him into the Mystic Flare too was really nice.
Yeah.
Very well done.
I'm surprised that Snake King's going for this Orchid instead of an Aghanim Scepter. Like Ags is just a better Orchid, especially because there's so many ways of taking off the Orchid. But it doesn't build, you know, the Orchid builds in the Bloodthorn, which is really nice on
That's fair.
this hero.
And I just feel like I feel like C9 doesn't know exactly what to do right now.
Well, they're playing into an Aegis, so I think dodging is perfectly reasonable, and then figure out what to do once the Aegis is down. I'm sure there's something they can do into the Aegis, but you know, it can be a risk. So sometimes it's better to just not even plan for anything. It's like, all right, let's just not fight, guys. Let's just do nothing.
Well, there's some pressure being placed in the top by the Dragon Knight. KZ was being a little bit more careful, hiding out over in the tree line, but it's a lot of heroes just split up all over the place right now. Couple range creep along with the Cardi. Top's sitting very, very low, honestly. I would just go finish it off. They take the middle, easy peasy.
Wait, what talent did Brawl go for? Did he go for the waveform attacks? Oh, he did. Cool. I love that in bot, Misery hasn't left the lane. He's just sitting in trees because what does this hero do in terms of counter pushing? Absolutely nothing. So may as well just sit down here and look for kills and make the enemy team feel like if they ever come to this bot lane, they're going to die. Just adds a little bit of pressure to the map.
They definitely need to do that because they're losing towers left and right. There are no tier 2s left here for the side of Cloud9.
They're probably okay with this. At this point of the game, tier 2s don't matter really that much in terms of map control, in terms
Just
of defending the racks. It does. No, they want to go. Crazy's ready.
Yeah, I mean, they walked right past a ward. They didn't take it down. On the side of Cloud9, that's very strange.
Cat and mouse.
Yeah, they're dodging.
The classic.
Level 20 picked up now for the Dragon Knight. And everyone's just kind of hiding in the tree line. They're just not showing, which is really interesting. It doesn't feel like they really care, though, because Bryle's just pushing in each of these waves. Just have to deal with that little bit of the mirror image, but...
Crazy's just farming. They just take this map advantage and use it to get a lead. Fortunately for C9, Snake King has stayed out. One of the worst things you can do is TP back, unless you're looking to fight, which it looks like they are. But if you TP back, then it means that your team just isn't farming because everybody's locked into the base. So that's why sitting in the trees is so important. Even though it looks kind of boring and like they're doing nothing, it eventually leads to you getting at least a little bit of farm and map pressure. Now they're just sitting in the base. I'm a little...
The Aegis just got reclaimed, too. Do you think that did they time it out, or are they going to try to... No, they're not going to smoke. All right.
They're just going to walk out into their jungle.
They're just going to go farm again. Cool.
Yeah, take control of the map a little bit.
Oh, Brow just finished up a BKB here.
I feel like every time I click on his hero, he has a new item.
He does. He
so
actually
huge.
does. He's just farming very, very efficiently. They're not putting pressure on him. He's had full reign of the map. He hasn't died a single time. Yeah, this is the classic NA, right? It's just a farm fest between these two cores.
Yeah, Ace is doing a good job keeping up as well, though. His illusion micro has been great. He's cutting a lot of creep waves, pushing a lot of objectives without using his hero.
They're gonna try to make a move on Envy here?
They can.
That seems to be the case. Yeah, the force forward here. Look at that break. Mechanic TPs are coming out. Skinner is like so deep right here. Where's
That's a little deep.
Team? He's like, guys?
I don't know about that.
They force another TP back. It is just Pi, but they are putting pressure here on this tier 2. Snaking and Misery.
Look at Envy's inventory. I love that he's holding the repair kit. This is
Just
one
in
of the...
case.
No, it's not for that. It's for the HP regen. I guarantee you. Because this hero...
That's right.
This hero, the Bristleback, the way it works is the damage threshold does not include reductions. So you literally have to take 210 pure damage in order to get a Bristle proc. So HP regen is actually king on Bristleback in raw HP, not armor, none of that BS, because armor actually makes you proc less, technically speaking. Although obviously people still go, you still want to be tanky, but
yeah.
In terms of just the bristles, it's all about HP regen. So repair kit, legitimately good on Bristleback in terms of the stats it gives.
It's actually really interesting. I usually forget about that too. I forget about the fact that you do get that nice regen with the repair kit.
Broken item.
I know a lot of people are not happy that it is in the game, even despite, you know, the changes to it. It used to be so much more OP.
They've removed a lot of the consumables in the game, and that's like the one remaining one. It's not the bee jelly or whatever the hell it's called.
Royal jelly?
Bee juice.
That just sounds weird.
Give me a drink of the bee juice. Please, I want regen.
No, you're only allowed Monster Energy. It's
yes.
the best.
Yes, the best juice.
God, that slurping noise.
Delicious.
It has finished up a Satanic here, though, and we do have a couple BKBs picked up. We've got a BKB picked up for the Dragon Knight, and obviously you've had that on the Morphling, but they've just been dodging, and it looks like now it's go time. They've got the Satanic, the Butterfly, they've got the Crystallis. They can see over here, they can see Skater, they see Bryle as well, and they are split up a bit, but immediately you see Bryle just waveforms the heck out, doesn't want anything to do with it. Casey's got to wait like 1 second before he can swashbuckle out of the pit. They're just dodging each other again, although on the back line, Snaking jumps in. He's got his own BKB. Gripstroke gonna buy back almost immediately. But it looks like they're just gonna back off.
Misery's got a sheep. This could be huge for C9. If he gets in the right position, Brow could die.
Feels like they're very reluctant to take the fight.
There's Roche, though.
There is Roche. That is very important. The illusion's gonna get drawn in by the Aether Remnant.
Ooh, there's a DD bot lane. I am afraid for the team whose enemy gets this DD.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they've noticed it on either side.
No, neither team has wards on it, but Morphling Terrorblade, I don't know if there are two scarier heroes with a DD.
This is so weird. Why they're taking Roche despite the fact that there's like a whole other team just sitting around. This is very strange right now, Jenkins. All right, Wave of Terror. They'll follow up with the Silence. Envy running up the hill. This is bottleneck though a little bit. This is a little bit scary. There's a nice swap coming out here from Pi, but the BKBs are coming out. And look at this damage. Just pushing everyone back, trying to find this opening, trying to grab Envy, and trying to grab Ace as well as he's just over off on the side, but they have the Rolling Thunder. Casey rolling through. They get the kill onto Pi, dies. Snaking now trying to run away. BKB getting popped over here onto Ace. He's using that, hasn't popped actually Satanic at all, but they're still chasing after Snaking. They've got the Yules, they follow up with a stun. That should be a very dead Void Spirit, and that opens up Roche for them with 3 heroes dead, including Envy, on the side of C9.
Look at Bryle's damage with that meta. That is insane. How do you
He's a better
compete with
Terrorblade,
that?
we talked about it. And he didn't even need that double damage.
He also morphed into Terrorblade and then made a Vengeance in that fight. So he had plus base damage from the Helm Dom and Vengeance Aura as well. So pretty...
That's
a lot of
Morphling
damage.
player.
It's a lot of damage.
I know this game is looking really hard now for C9. Bryle's just been allowed way too much freedom. He's got an Aegis, he's got the BKB, he's even got they gave him the Refresher Shard as well, so he's gonna just turn himself into that Dragon Knight gonna go pop the Dragon form. Bryle going right back into Terrorblade. Try to get these guys off of your buildings. Repair kit gets used. Slow them down just a little bit.
It looks like he's playing... It really looks like Bryle's playing as if he knows that Misery has this sheet. He's still playing safe despite having an Aegis. He's playing, so
very
safe.
scared. Almost.
He has Refresher too. Maybe what they're doing is they're waiting for the Bryle Metamorphosis to be up so they can refresh it in a fight.
No, that would be really good.
Something along those lines.
It looks like Misery just picked himself up a gem so they can try to keep tabs on the Dragon Knight. So he does keep catching them by surprise.
Also, just for the map, just to
True.
you know make the, because I feel like from how it felt when they were playing into that high ground on the right side, where they lost that fight, it felt like there was vision. I don't think there was, but it
No,
felt
like
like
look
there
at
was
their
vision.
wards are. There's not a whole lot of vision,
They're deep.
but they are deep. Yeah, exactly. So
It's
you're
like
getting a lot of information out of what they have.
Right. So, I think Misery's just sick of it at this point. He's like, all right, if we all die again, the game's over anyway. So let's just get a gem. They got a Princess Knife. That's pretty nice. Somebody should definitely pick that up. It's right there, guys.
Jenkins is triggered. Looks like they're gonna try to bait Bryle over here. The rest of the team smoked up, sitting on the low ground. They'll follow up using that Silver Edge like we talked about. The waveform up over, getting very aggressive here. Bryle, again, does have the BKB, does have the Aegis. They'll go to link up again. Pi sitting on the back line. He's not getting blown up just quite yet, but he does eventually go down. Bryle, he wants that kill on Misery. He'll be able to find it. Jumps on the deck. They're going to turn back around. Snaking is fighting it out here with Skeeter, but he just can't do anything. He's stunned up. Kazu rolling around, using that Rolling Thunder, finding the opening, chasing after Envy. Now AC's doing everything he can. He has not actually popped that Satanic just yet, but they are going to end up losing Envy as now Ace, he does pop the Satanic, but he can't hit anything because he is just being locked down too hard. Another buyback coming out from Snaking. I don't know what he can hope to do right now. They have the creeps over here in the bottom lane. I think they're going to be going and taking at least 1 or 2 buildings. In fact, like the Skeeter says, let's just go straight throne. I've had enough.
You may as well. I mean, there's no buyback on Terrorblade. You probably don't know that, but you do see that he had a Daedalus. So
He probably bought out.
yeah,
The GG
and
gets
they're
called.
right.
Crazy.
I love the Throne Rush plays. The Throne Rush plays make it so that these GGs have to get called. It just ends games. People have to buy back on like 6 heroes in order to fight throne races or throne pushes. I love that people are doing that these days.
What a game. They were just crazy, just played that so patiently the entire time.
Yeah. It looked close for a while. It really did. That Silver Edge really helped out. Bryle just playing as like the true carry. Did he even die? I don't think
he
died.
didn't. He's 10-0 and 5.
0 deaths. So
No deaths.
he played that game flawlessly. By definition, he played the game flawlessly. And that was pretty nice. This is one of the downsides of rotating so much out of the mid lane is that you leave whoever is there to be complete freeform and to have total control of the game. And when that is Bryle on Morphling, that can turn out to be a serious problem, especially when your win condition is countered by the hero that you're letting freeform. You have the Morphling versus a Terrorblade. We saw what he did with the meta. So you do have to be careful. I think they needed to smoke and kill him earlier on Cloud9. I think that's the play. They had to kill him before his manta. He just got too huge.
Well, they did try to slow him down a little bit, right? We had Misery kind of camping out in the mid lane along with Envy, trying to put pressure. Like you said, the
Right.
levels 1 through 3 are pretty miserable for a Morphling. But they, again, like you said, Envy just minute 5 came around. He just left the lane. He just left the lane, started fighting. But Bryle, again,
Yeah.
this is one of his best heroes. He's just able to take advantage of it, and then they never poked him again. It felt like, anyways. I don't know.
Yep, definitely. And you could see that reflected too on like the win probability graph is that whenever they were pressuring the Morphling, the win probability was lower, and then whenever they stopped pressuring the Morphling, the win probability was really high. I imagine that's probably because Dota Plus looks and sees, okay, this Morphling versus TV. If Morphling is having a really free game, it's going to be pretty goddamn easy because that's statistically speaking, that's a pretty solid counter. I'm sure the numbers look like that.
So is this just a case of they just didn't put the pressure on appropriately? Is that like the biggest takeaway from this game number one? Or
You could see that they wanted to do it. They made the smoke play, and then they kind of sat top for like 5 minutes or something.
Mhm.
And I like the idea, but it just didn't work out. And their read on Bryle was just wrong. So kudos to Bryle for reading that they were just baiting Envy top and that they were looking to kill him. Like nobody went up there and died to that. Really, like Kezu did once, but he had 4 deaths. He's the only hero that died to that. He had 4 deaths. That's nothing.
And he was
So
always the one that was playing the most risky because he had the opportunity. He did have an escape as long as obviously Misery wasn't there. But
yeah, So
makes
basically, I think
sense.
Cloud9 needed to not bait because when Envy's on your team, it's kind of obvious. And instead, you need to be the aggressor with those smokes. That would be my take after that game. And I'm sure they have a similar thought process where like they made the idea behind the play was right, but the execution didn't work against Crazy. They predicted it and they didn't just run up there and die.
All right, definitely good insight, and the fact that Cloud9 they did just kind of reform recently, so I'm sure they're working out some of those kinks and figuring out a little bit smoother of the play. But that is game number one of the series, guys. When we come back, we'll have game number two.